Thank you and welcome to this special broadcast of God's News. We just hosted the annual International Prophecy Conference. It was one of the most stimulating ever. Earth-shaking and specific prophetic information was given from the leading prophetic scholars of the world. It was an honor to once again host this prophetic event. You will thoroughly enjoy this excerpt today, and you can receive the entire conference in your home, so stay tuned for that information. Now let's experience the prophetic event of the year as we join this outstanding conference and one of the mightily anointed sessions.
Welcome to the International Prophecy Conference 2007 in St. Petersburg, Florida, with this year's theme, The Signs of the End Times. World-renowned scholars impart powerful insight about the meaning of today's news and tomorrow's events. Conference host, Dr. Joe Vancouvering, Ed Heinzen, Bill Cloud, Dr. Hilton Sutton, Donald Perkins, Randall Price, Harry Stone, Gary Carr, Ray Brubaker, and special guest Walid Shoebat, ex-Muslim terrorist. Join us now for the latest prophetic insight as we take you into the 2007 International Prophecy Conference, The Signs of the End Times.
Amen. We are at the International Prophecy Conference, Signs of the End Times. I can sincerely tell you that we've been doing this event now. This is our 24th year, and without question, the excitement, the anticipation, and the level of revelation that's coming forth this year is absolutely the greatest ever. Can you all agree with that and say amen, those of you that are here? So you really missed out this time, but we're glad that you're tuning in. Whatever way you're finding us, DVDs, television, whatever it may be, we face an interesting moment in our nation, in a war on terror, and maybe for the first time, the Christians in America are having to face questions, like I said, maybe for the first time, about Islam. And everyone has some kind of question about Islam. Everyone has some kind of question, if you study the Bible, how it might relate or doesn't relate in one way or another to the Bible or the prophetic scriptures. And that's why this year I felt so strongly to have a man that I'd seen on the airwaves in numerous broadcasts, numerous ministries, numerous syndicated news, whether it was notable men on CNN or Fox News. If you're familiar with the movie and that's being done called Obsession, this man is featured throughout that entire film, and much of the information that's used in that film comes from this man's book. And this man is gaining more and more and more notoriety around the world, around the globe. But I came to learn that he has actually believed these things for many, many years. And well before 9/11 and well before the war on terror, God began to reveal things to this man because he's a very unique man. He's a man who is now saved, but his background is from the Muslim world. And so it is a great joy and I believe historic moment for this conference and our event this year to have this gentleman with us. Let me tell you a little bit about him. Walid Shoebat was born in Bethlehem of Judea. Walid's grandfather was the Muslim Mukhtar, chieftain of Beit Sahor, Bethlehem, the shepherd's fields, and a friend of Haj Amin al-Husseini, the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, and notorious friend of Adolf Hitler. Walid's great-grandfather, Abdullah Ali Awad Allah, was also a fighter and close associate with both Abdul Qadar and Haj Amini al-Husseini, who led the Palestinians against Israel. Walid lived through and witnessed Israel's 6-day war while living in Jericho. As a young man, he became a member of the Palestinian Liberation Organization and participated in acts of terror and violence against Israel, and was later imprisoned in the Russian compound, Jerusalem Central Prison, for incitement and violence against Israel. But in 1993, Walid studying the Tanakh, the Jewish Bible, in a challenge to convert his wife to Islam. Within 6 months, after intense study, Walid realized that everything he had been taught about Jews was a lie. And convinced he was on the side of evil, he became an advocate for his former enemy. Driven by a deep passion to heal his own soul, to bring the truth about the Jews and Israel to the world, Walid shed his former life and his work as a software engineer and set out to tirelessly bring the cause of Israel to tens of thousands of people throughout the world. Churches, synagogues, civic groups, government leaders, through the media, and now here on this platform of the International Prophecy Conference. His book, which is here, I encourage you, it is must reading. It is called Why I Left Jihad. He's attended and spoke at many conferences, many of them in Israel, organized by the Jewish community. And just two quotes, many quotes I could give you to introduce this man. Two that stood out to me. Rabbi Paul Silton of Temple Israel in Albany said this, and I quote, Walid Shoebat's commitment to the pursuit of truth and his courageous efforts to combat hatred are awe-inspiring. And then one more quote. A Christian supporter of Israel, after hearing him at Wesleyan University campus, made this comment, quote, it's about time such a message was heard. I say amen to that, and it is a great joy to introduce to the platform of the International Prophecy Conference my new friend, Walid Shoebat.